So let's see what is there. There are mainly two types of CRM data, which is primary and secondary. The primary data is one which is collected for the first time, and the secondary data is one which has been already collected earlier, and we are interrogating the information or we are confirming the information. Okay, so secondary data में सिर्फ यही difference है यहाँ पे अभी. आपने जो बोला है रिसर्च जो आपने बोला है that is the research one. We are getting data from here and there, and then like not exactly from the individual whom we are targeting. Okay, from not the customer. So primary data means customer से directly information collect करना. Secondary data में the data is already there, previously already there, and we are interrogating and confirming the data whether it is correct or not. That is called secondary data in terms of this one. Okay. So database and hardware, we talked about it in the previous class also. So in CRM apps or in CRM, basically in CRM softwares, we follow a kind of structure for data. Okay, that is called relational database architecture. That means each data is related to another one. Okay, so remember this, in CRM we have that we are basically having the tables of for each and every data. In that table, rows and columns will be there. Rows and columns will be there, and each table will be connected to another table with a unique number. Okay, with a unique number. So this is called as primary key. Remember this, I might ask you in the exam. Okay, so what is primary key? Primary key is nothing but that identification number through which we find out the relatable data for a particular person or for a particular customer. Okay, so if we what is that so we talked about relational database architecture. Now let's talk about database management systems for CRM. Okay, so these database management systems are carried out by using Microsoft SQL, Oracle, and DB2 and IBM, etc. Okay, these systems help to update and administer the database. So how what are the hardware considerations for CRM database? हार्डवेयर मतलब जो जिस कंप्यूटर में आप डाटाबेस स्टोर करोगे, ठीक है, अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल यार we have to have some factors. Following factors are the considerations for hardware. Okay, so here they are saying the database size. For example, we have a hell lot of data, a lot of data. We cannot just store in some 8 GB RAM's computer, right? We have to have what is that expandable memory for that particular hardware, where a lot of data can be stored. We can expand the memory of that particular hardware platform, and then store a lot of database. Next is the existing technology used in the business. This is like the normal thing. Like normal example I'm gonna give. Uh, Most of the time, the health IT companies, they are using MacBook in terms of protecting the information, because we know that security wise, MacBook is the one who gives security to what to say to for the data theft. Okay, so that is the reason in some organization they only uses MacBook. The previous organization where I was working, they were only using MacBook only because of this purpose. Okay, so existing technology has to be used in the business in terms like to avoid some kind of problems. Okay, so the location of CRM users, especially in case of global use of CRM, the multilingual users from different time zones can access the CRM for operational and analytical purpose. So that the hardware platform can be anywhere. You as a user, you can use that information or database from anywhere. It doesn't has to be in particular some particular place only. For example, the computers are there in the office, but you have the credential, so you can just access that information from anywhere out of the out of your office area. Okay, just wait a second, I'll just get my charger. So yes, these are the following factors which can be considered in terms of hardware considerations. Okay, and the data attributes. So I would be asking questions. What I mean, like the attributes. Okay, so I'm not giving you important questions, but I'm telling you what I'm gonna ask, right? So just concentrate into it. अगर क्लास में भी ज्यादा कंसंट्रेट करोगे तो पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. तो डाटा एट्रीब्यूट्स में तुम्हारा क्या क्या है? The data should be shareable, relevant, accurate, up to date, transportable, and secured. So basically, I'm talking about how a data should be. Okay, so the data should be shareable from one geographical place to another geographical place. If it is not shareable, then there is no use, because we don't know, we cannot use that information for any purpose. Okay. So next is relevant. Yes, accurate and relevant information is very much needed. If it is not relevant and accurate, what might happen is that we might target different what is that group of customers. We might give some wrong opportunity, we might predict some wrong opportunities, serve the wrong customers in insufficient and inaccurate manner. Okay, so that is why always the data should be accurate and relevant. So next is it should be up to date. We talked earlier also, whatever information is not needed and it is not serving any purpose, that information should be deleted and the updated information should be kept for the customers. And next is transportable. It is also the same thing. It is like the shareable, like it has to be shareable as and transportable. Okay, from one location to the another location. Now when I say about security, okay, so all the data, specifically if I talk about patient data, should be secured. Okay, earlier we talked about EHR. So in do you think that in patients data is very much secured? So in India, we still do not have some compliance systems for storing and select what is it, securing that data. So even if what to say, even if the people wants to implement AHR system in all over the India, then they have to actually have HIPAA compliance, and there is one more compliance that is called GDPR. Okay, HIPAA is basically Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Okay, and another one is GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation. Okay, so these do two kind of protection we can use to secure the data of patients. So the one of the examples I want to say, there is like many a times, like from past like from the time when we started storing the data of the patients, there are many a times the data theft has actually happened. People hacked the what is that information and used it for various purposes. Okay, so one of the example was Phoenix based banner, what is that, a Phoenix based banner health information. Okay, so in 2016 I guess it happened. It was one of the largest healthcare data breach. So the hackers actually gained unauthorized access to computer servers that were used to process payment and card information through food and beverage outlets at the particular location so of Banner Health. Okay, so these particular people, those who hacked the information, they got access to the names, addresses, birth dates, appointment dates, physician information, health insurance information, which is very much confidential. Okay, so this health insurance information, to protect that health insurance information, there was an act which is called HIPAA, and which has to be used by all the health IT companies or health organizations. This is mandatory for US and other places also, but in India still it is not mandatory. There is a long way to go. We are expecting that people would be people would be acquiring this kind of compliances. The previous organization where I worked, Day to Day Health, they are both compliant with HIPAA and GDPR. Okay, so data warehousing. Okay, so data warehousing is nothing but you don't need to know much of the things over here, because it's about the people who are doing coding and all. Okay, this data warehousing is nothing but whatever Naeem said last time, repositories. Remember only that word. Repositories means this that here the data will be stored in immense amount. Okay, tons of data will be there. Few terabytes, their data can be in few terabytes. Okay, so how this data warehouse actually work. Okay, this there are some of the, like, this data warehouse does his task by accepting the data. That means exporting, transporting and loading the data. Okay, whenever there is a need, they would be sharing the data, transporting the data, and also what to say, loading the data from different areas. Okay, and another one is organizing data according to the subjects of business and various time period. Well, the most important thing, organizing the data in a way that can be used for useful information. Okay, if you are not organizing the data properly, there is no way that you can actually go for analysis or reporting. So next is that standardizing data coming from various sources. Now what do you mean by standardizing that particular thing? For example, you are putting data for a mail. Okay, so now what particular sign you are going to use is F for all ना सॉरी मेल मीन्स सॉरी मेल का एम यूज करोगे आप. ठीक है, फीमेल के लिए आप एफ यूज करोगे. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू राइट मेल एंड फीमेल फॉर द पेशेंट. And for all the people, whoever is going to use this platform, all the people has to put that data into that format only. For example, for distance we are only measuring only what is that, kilometer. We are not using centimeter. So if it is kilometer, all the measurement of distance has to be measured in kilometer, and kilometer wise only we have to write. Okay, so it has to be like that. It means standardizing all forms of data. So conducting periodic up to date. So periodically means daily also you can do, weekly also, in a month also we can do. So that to see if there is old information and that we can remove it. Okay. So providing updated data for the purpose of analysis and mining and reporting. This I told earlier. Basically through CRM, ERP, flat files, matlab normal documents and other sources, the data is going to come to that means you will be exporting, transporting and loading the data in the data warehouse. So from the data warehouse you can do reporting also. You can use the data for analytics and data mining. Okay, so data marts are nothing but a smaller version of data warehouse. Basically you can say warehouse, जो डाटा warehouse है उसका ही एक small part है data mart. Okay, over here only relevant information would be there. Okay, So about a particular customer you are searching for data, for that particular person only the data is available, okay, in that data mart. So that is called data mart. Or maybe in data mart only one particular organization's data is available, okay. So for example, in data warehouse, all the Apollo's information is there, all the branches of Apollo's informations are there. In data mart only the Apollo which is there in Chennai, that information is only there, okay. So basically the specific informations of a particular place or a organization would be there in data mart. That is the only difference. Now, I might ask you, what is the difference between data mart and data warehouse? So you have to write the specific, what to say, in answer for it. So now data interrogation. This I was telling you many a times that every time whenever we get some kind of data, there is a need for interrogating the data. You might be having, so in secondary, that is what we do. We have the data, but we recall the data and put the data again. For example, if you go to the shopping mall, if you go to the shopping mall and purchase some kind of product. Now the salesperson is only going to purchase, only going to sell the product, or he's going to take some data also from you. Sometimes you are already subscribed, but still they would ask for some particular information like your mobile number to confirm, or the name, or the date of birth or something like that. Those data will be collected by the salesperson, okay. So that is for verification, and that interrogation is done for confirming the data, okay. So this data access, no, sorry, the interrogation can be done by data mining, data query, yeah, database queries, and reporting, ओके, एंड रिपोर्ट्स. सो अगर आपको मतलब ज्यादा जानना है इसके बारे में, तो यू कैन गो एंड सर्च सम यूट्यूब वीडियोस. यू विल सी अ लॉट ऑफ वीडियोस इन डाटा माइनिंग, इन डाटा क्वेरीज. So basically in data mining what you do is you put some keyword and get some relevant information about that particular what is that, for example, I say, right, I tell you in Google how you have to search. You have to put some keywords, and then the relevant information is going to come out, right? That is also an example of data mining only. That you put some keywords, and then the informations of that particular keyword is going to come in front of you. That is a kind of data mining. Now, how this data mining happens? ऐसे तो नहीं हो जाएगा ना, खुद से खुद ही नहीं हो जाएगा. Relevant information कैसे आएगा? For that, in CRM there is a option for artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence helps the CRM to find out the most relevant data which the user is asking, okay. So in terms of data mining, we can use such questions for understanding the business value, and I mean, like, you can use some questions. Though those questions are these are the questions which you can ask, okay. So this is not that much relevant. So it just understand what is that data mining, asking for those information which are most relevant. And how do you get it? By artificial intelligence, okay. So next is database query. So I always talk about SQL, right? What it is actually? This is structured query language. Basically, you put some kind of query, and accordingly the system is going to answer your queries. Okay. So for that, I have a video. I'm going to show you that particular video. You please join the class again because it is going to get finished. I'll just leave the meeting now and then join again. All the people whoever is present now has to be present because उनका मैंने attendance नहीं लिया. Join back again.